So we did the frog hopping.
Yeah. Jungle Tour Challenge.
Yeah. Whatever that is.
Well, I assume we're gonna ride a choo-choo train through the jungle.
Ooh.
And look at lots of animals.
Ooh. Have you tried doing that? Like, depending on what sort of animal zoo it is. We have a place in Sweden. I'm not sure how you feel about animal zoos, by the way.
I'm sad.
We have to throw eggs at things. Hiding in the background.
Oh dear.
So who's gonna be the shooty guy?
I
mean, we can both do it. There's like
okay.
There's like things depositing eggs for us here.
Okay.
So we gotta look for stuff. Aha.
Well,
Anyway.
I have done the train thing. I don't remember where actually.
So we have a place
I
in.
feel like I have no chance to actually do anything here.
Yeah. We have a place in Sweden called Kolmården, which is our sort of biggest animal zoo thing. And it has a lot of like actual just like savanna animals, like, you know, lions and giraffes and stuff. So yeah, come on, yeah, nice.
Yeah.
And we used to have it, so that like you could if you had a car, you could like, you know, drive through it.
You did that. Why did you change?
I don't know. You could just, you know, drive through the enclosure and get a real close look at them lions. You can argue that, like, you know, yeah, it's exploitative and, like, you know, it's not great and whatnot. But it doesn't matter, because you can't do that anymore anyway. Because as it turns out, a German tourist decided to leave his car to get an even closer look at the lions. And as you can imagine...
I apologize.
As you can imagine, the lions ate him. Or at least killed him. And since then, they were like, maybe we shouldn't let people drive with their cars in the animal enclosure. Maybe that's a bad idea, all things considered. So you can't do that anymore.
This makes sense to me. No. I've never... I don't know if I've ever done that type of, like, safari type thing. I don't think so, no. What I've done, though, is that... What was that? I've been to a zoo that has more of a... Like, you're in a train on rails as you get, like a monorail, I guess. Like, you know, that's elevated.
Sure.
As you get... like through some wild kid enclosures. I want to say maybe the Bronx.
See, that's how they did it at Kolmården as well. But like now there's just this sort of it's like when you're like taking you know, one of those cabin lifts up on a ski slope or whatever.
Yeah.
They've done it like that, so you just sit in your cabin. That's gonna take you over the animal enclosure.
Yeah.
So you can still see it. It's just you can't just actually drive around in there with your own car.
Yeah, that makes sense, like...
Yeah, because that's a terrible idea.
I know.
Because eventually there's gonna be Germans.
Hey, people from all over the world have done stupid shit like that on safaris, okay?
I know. And I'm
just
actually
us.
And I'm actually gonna say that, like, as far as tourists go, I think Germans aren't that bad. Like, Germans are not known for being, like, awful tourists.
No, we're just known for digging holes at the beach and preserving spots in the pool with towels.
I think when it comes to, like, just awful tourists, well, the stereotype is what, like, I know Chinese...
Depends on where you go, I guess.
I know Chinese tourists have a bad reputation in a lot of places. What with, like, just... What was it? Someone, like, desecrated the Louvre or something? Just writing graffiti and whatnot. personally, wait, no. My gambling addiction.
I'm sorry, we can't go back.
Well, we have to. Personally, when I've been in other countries and just watching like how different tourists interact with the local populace, or just, you know, people from other countries visiting Sweden, I'm gonna go out on a limb here, okay, people? I'm gonna name drop, you know, what's objectively the worst.
You're gonna
tourist.
say American.
No, absolutely not.
Oh, okay, I thought you were gonna be edgy or something.
No. American tourists are fine. Okay, American tourists are loud.
Yeah.
And brash and generally sort of.
Yeah, but they're usually fine.
Yeah, and they can be a bit clueless about the culture, but most of them are pretty good-natured and just, you know, they're not gonna just take a piss on the local culture.
I'm also gonna say that the majority of Americans that I've seen in Europe are actually there because they want to see other places.
Sure.
Yeah, so that's fine.
Ooh, we got the gold one.
And they usually think it's super cool that we have all of this old culture and whatnot. No, I have a point I want to make later, but please finish first. What do you think is... What were you gonna name drop?
Okay, and I'm gonna say that everyone who listens to this, they're gonna stop and think for a while, and they're gonna be like, you know what? Yeah.
Okay.
So here it is. The worst tourists in the world, by far, no exceptions, no comparison, the British.
Yeah.
Right?
I was gonna say,
Wait, I'm just gonna expand. Ooh.
or you're gonna explain your thing. Okay, like,
We got a boss fight. So I'm gonna try to talk about this while fighting a boss. We'll see how that goes. First, I think you're gonna
But I
have...
also want a chance to say something after
Sure,
that, okay?
but-
Because I also have opinions on this matter.
Now I want your best comic voiceover, because there's probably gonna be some lines.
Or my best... My best? You don't want the best, you just want my best. Alright, I can...
I'll settle for your best.
Alright.
Here we go. It's gonna be a big black crocodile.
Are we gonna have a choo-choo race?
I think we're gonna have a choo-choo race. Oh.
Check out that sweet ride. It's bigger than mine too.
Oh, it's bigger than mine. Baby Bowser. That can be explained by the fact that you are a baby. It's you'll grow into it. You'll grow into it.
Your stinkiness! We must maintain our focus if we're to find the...
Don't care. I want a bigger train. Mine's not big enough or cool enough. I want a gator train. I want one. Make it for me now.
There's no time, your breathiness. We must continue our quest for the gems, or...
Gems schmems. Make me a gator train right now.
That is out of the question.
No fair, no fair, no fair.
Enough! See this foot? It's going down.
I'm gonna stomp a mud hole on your ass.
You. Don't just stand there. Give me a hand.
What?
You're not gonna let comics shove me around, are you?
Do we have to pick which... who is in the right in this argument?
Yeah, obviously he needs a bigger train.
He needs a bigger train, obviously.
Yeah.
Obviously, he needs a bigger train. Yeah, it's you. You win. That's how arguments work.
Fine! If you're going to be that way, I'll make the silly thing. Ugh. But I warn you, Yoshi, you're about to be neck deep in regret.
Maybe that was a bad idea. Maybe we shouldn't make them make a monster.
But we obviously want to see the train.
I'm gonna guess it would have happened anyway.
Oh.
I don't think our choices actually matter all that much here. Ooh.
Well, maybe you do, and the game's deeper than you think.
So it's got like a battery tongue to spit the acid, I guess. That's pretty cool. I like it.
Yeah.
Alright, so straight up. I'm in Thailand. This is like 10 years ago. I'm in Thailand. I'm training Thai boxing. I'm at a Thai boxing camp that's just very international. There's people from all over the world who are coming there to just to train.
Lots of white people coming to Thailand.
Yes, not just white people. I'm gonna say like eat them. We're gonna eat the eggs.
Ow!
Ow. When it comes to oh, okay. I have to target him while he opens his mouth. Gotcha. Oh. But no, like it's not just white people. I'm gonna say, especially among the Americans, you'd see a lot of diversity. And there are also a bunch of another thing to shoot at.
Where?
It's the glowy thing.
I don't.
Okay. Well, I'm alive.
Yeah, I'm not, but I lost all my eggs.
Oh no.
Sad.
Obviously, all the Scandinavians who are like just the pastiest, whitest, whitey McWhites on the planet. Whoa. Whoa. Oh, it's like I gotta.
I feel like a horse.
Honey, you have to be better at this.
No, I'm terrible at this.
Fortunately, I'm not.
Thank you.
No. But what's most important is that, like, just, I got to see people from many different cultures who act in very different ways when they visit another culture. Ooh, this. Germans, super well behaved. French, super well behaved. Australians,
They're a rowdy bunch.
they're a rowdy bunch, but they're a lovable rowdy bunch.
Yes.
And they're generally, well, they're not well behaved, but they're not hard to deal with. They're good natured. A lot of fun. Very loud, just like Americans. But a lot of fun.
That was me.
Yeah. And then you have the British. I mean, I'm not gonna call them out on their drinking because Swedes and Germans/Austrians also do a lot of heavy drinking when we're out. But the British are, they're assholes in one way.
Well, and the British tourists often that you see are like the opposite of what I mentioned for Americans. Like I've seen so many Brits that are like upset they can't get fish and chips outside of.
Right. No, it's more like the football hooligan sort of attitude. Like there was a place that some back street that sold like you can get your hands on a lot of weird shit in Thailand, and they found like a back alley sort of store that sold like weapons and guns and knives and whatnot, and they found a taser that they bought, and then they spent the entire evening walking around and just tasing people in the local populace.
Yeah.
For funsies. Just walk around and tasing people.
Like I would like something to be fair here. I'm sure there's plenty of well-behaved British tourists everywhere.
Yes, and
it's
these
just,
people are obviously not.
Notice the worst of the worst.
And these people are obviously not representative of everyone in Great Britain. But I'm gonna say they are. And I'm gonna say that all of y'all cunts are like that.
Oh boy. You're just trying to upset a couple of specific people now, I think.
Possibly
Scruffy.
Oh, this is a new one. Looks to me like your cup overflows with jams.
Okay, can I get like that stuff in that I've been trying to say now, or do you have more monologue?
No, that's fine. I'm just gonna read up this guy's line, and after that, the floor is all yours, honey.
Okay, thank you.
I think there's one just beyond here. Be careful out there, my boy. I got the final jam. Was waiting for you.
Somewhere in here, okay.
Welcome to outer orbit. What is that? The countdown begins.
Oh, we need new costumes.
Oh yeah, we do need new costumes.
Okay, so what I was gonna say that was that I think the worst tourists in a given area can be very different from anywhere else. For example, you Nordics are very unpopular in Austrian skiing towns because you assholes just come down there and you drink and you drink and you can't actually really, like, it's just like, I don't know, you're not used to alcohol being cheap. And then you get really drunk and then they go skiing in the next day and that's like very dangerous. And I'm not saying that other nationalities, including Austrians, don't also do this, but it's just when it's like almost every Swede and or Norwegian or whatnot that comes to Austria for skiing is just completely drunk on the slopes, right?
Yeah, but that's how we roll.
Yeah, I know, but like that's not safe. That's awful, actually. Okay.
Oh right, so these things pull down things. Gotcha.
Yeah, and then I have to jump on this, and then it goes up.